How we doing? How we doing?
Hi, Chris. Good. How about you?
Good afternoon from Bangkok. I'm doing great, thank you. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I just did a quick intro about how I saw you on Instagram about a year ago living and working in Bangkok, and about how I found this quite inspirational because that was after you had a traumatic brain injury. Presumably, you had a traumatic brain injury before you moved to Bangkok.
Yeah.
And
Back in 2000, a bunch of years now. We're going almost 15, catching up to you. Well, I'll never catch up to you. It's 17 years, right? But
yeah,
we're
yeah.
very close. Yeah.
Oh wow. Well done for recovering so well. But
Thank you. Yeah.
how has your traumatic brain injury been going since last time we spoke about a year ago now?
Um. Again, I about the same. I think I forget everyone, every little bit, but physically I'm doing phenomenally better because I continue to work hard. I continue to make an effort in physical therapy, not as much occupational therapy, but I've started to be able to run again, and work is going well. So they're going okay. Yeah, we're continuing to move forward. So it's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And do you reckon you could tell us all about how you had your traumatic brain injury?
Sure, certainly. So, bring everyone back to New Jersey in the United States, March 3rd of 2008. I was a senior in high school. I was trying, from what I've been told, I was trying to beat my friends to lunch from school at Taco Bell, and I ended up flipping my car, going too fast, flipping my car over my head,
Oh
and
no.
knocking myself out for about 3 weeks. I went from a coma to a vegetative state, and woke up, or first day I can remember was about 2 months later on May 9th. And that's when I learned, yeah, I have a traumatic brain injury. I learned all about something I never known about before, of course, the TBI. But yeah, and ever since then, we've been working hard to recover, to be able to still live out my dreams and my passions and things like that.
Well, 2 months after you had the accident, you were able to realize,
I,
come back into.
yeah, that's at least when I can remember that. That's the
Ah,
first day I can go back still and remember, like, oh, I know where I am. I know I'm alive. I know what happened to me and things like that. Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Well, that I think that's a bit longer than it was for me. I don't know exactly how long it was for me, but I was in a coma for 10 days, and then, but altogether I was in hospital for 7 months. But it might be a little bit under 2 months. I'm not totally sure. It's
Yeah.
probably
But again,
similar.
the more important thing for us both is that we were able to realize it and use it as a kind of a pivot point, that we can both either continue to feel bad for ourselves, as plenty of people would in our situation, or the only thing to do is to start working hard to improving ourselves, doing everything that we can to move forward and to continue on with life. About
Yeah, that's very well said, because we can easily say, oh no, this has happened to us, I want to give up. But what from my perspective, I think, what other option do you have but to try to recover as well as you
right,
can?
exactly. Oh yeah, because I was 18 years old, and I was just in the prime, about to the prime, going to be moving out, starting real life again, and starting
Yes.
real life at school. So the only chance I was going to have is if I would work hard at it.
Yeah.
And just for all of your Australia people, I'm repping my Aussie shirt just for you today. I hope you like it.
Yeah,
I
that's
hope
good.
that's all.
And
Yeah.
who's that for, that team? Like, what sport is that, sorry?
This is the Australian national. I don't know. Picked it
Yeah.
up when I was in Perth in 2018, a couple of years ago now. Yeah.
Okay. Nice, nice. And I was wondering, because recovering so well, you can't really do these things just by yourself. And I was wondering, do you by any chance have a supportive partner that has helped and supported you throughout your recovery?
Well, the initial recovery until today, it's been my father, my family altogether, but my father. And with as a patient advocate, coming to all my doctor's appointments and things of that nature. For anyone who watches this, that maybe was not a stroke victim or a brain injury survivor themselves, maybe they're a partner of your help in every walk of life from day one until recovering years later is supremely important. It helped me to move forward. But also now I'm fortunate I've got a fantastic girlfriend as well who is understanding, one, that not the same, not normal necessarily as everyone else, that my brain acts a little differently, that she is supportive and understanding, but at the same time is not gonna just go with the flow on everything. She don't want to say demand, but it demands me to continue to work harder to try to overcome any challenges that I'm having and
Yeah.
be the best that I can be for myself and for her and for all others.
And that's so important in in a brain injury sort of recovery journey, to have the supportive partner that also helps push you forwards. Like I'm
Yeah, exactly. It's not, yeah, one, supportive, but then two, hold me accountable, to not let me get away with everything and continue to live wild like my brain sometimes wants me to, or it sometimes pushes me to. Thank you, Josh, my buddy here in Bangkok, giving us support. And American buddy in Bangkok, yeah. And but yeah, it's a big thing for stroke victim or brain injury victim partners or friends, family, anybody. And it goes to friends as well that have helped me to stay supportive and to push me forward and to keep me in line is a good way of putting it. It helps out a
yeah,
lot. Yeah.
yeah, that's good. That's good. And where am I up to? How do you manage your work-life balance? Because I know if a traumatic brain injury is anything like living with a stroke survivors get quite tired easily. Can you relate to this with your traumatic brain injury?
Certainly. Now, not as much as back when I moved here to Bangkok. I was working in the hotel, not working in a hotel right now. I'm doing a lot of remote work, which is phenomenal for anyone with a brain injury. But when I was working in the hotel, getting a good night's sleep, going to bed early, waking up early, continuing on with my fitness program, despite the
Yeah,
fact that I'm working full time. So that was some of the biggest thing is to get a good night's sleep, wake up, maybe drink a lot of water, and then go to the gym and start exercising, making myself feel alive again before going to work. And that's what kept me awake during the day. And then at home, sneaking in a well-timed nap or anything of the sort, don't feel bad for that either. Yeah.
yeah,
And that has helped me out, I guess. A good night's sleep, going to bed early. I'm a big proponent of that.
yeah. And how do you manage keeping up with your workload at work? Like, do you need to have rest breaks during the day, or?
Yeah, again, I caffeine myself up, drink a lot of coffee, have a pre-workout, and take rest breaks. You can't be afraid to take a break or ask for help or anything of this. And
Yeah,
make make sure that your work associates understand what you are dealing with and working to overcome. And I believe you would agree with that. important to communicate, to make sure everyone is on the same page, so that we're all fighting versus just doing something on your own.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I was wondering, like, obviously your energy is lacking a bit, but do you feel more fatigued in hot weather? And obviously living in Bangkok, the weather's probably even hotter
Yeah,
there as well. Do you
yeah.
struggle with this, or?
You know, it does take it out of me a little bit, but I think it's the same with everyone. You know, it's all about I'll sweat a little bit more easily than other people because my body is working a little bit harder. So it's all about being strategic and picking my spots on when I want to be outside, when I want to be in a nice air conditioned room, and or in a bar, or right. Walking around in the heat can get to you sometimes, but as long as you are willing to take a break, a lot of water, you you can get used to it, eventually get over it, I guess, for me.
Yeah,
But yes, you're right. Bangkok is very warm.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, I've worked my way through all of the questions I had here, but did you have any questions
Yeah,
for me,
I
or
was
did we want?
again. You were talking about my recovery. What do you think are some of the most important ways that you have been able to recover yourself? 17, right? 17 years after, and
Yeah,
continue to stay motivated for example.
that's a good question. I don't know. Like, I know a lot of people just want to keep on going and going and going and never giving up on their recovery. But I've found, like, you still need to do this. You need to do this definitely. But I think it's a fine balance between between pushing and keeping on going and actually giving up. Because when you kind of give up, it's like, you know, I'll give this example. Like, you're trying to kind of fight a wave, and the wave kind of comes up, like you're at the beach, and then it dumps you, and then you kind of drown and die, per
Well,
se.
hopefully not that
Or
aggressive, but I understand.
no, no, but it's just an example. But then if you kind of give up, and a wave kind of comes towards you, you just kind of, your body just floats over it, and then it's not as bad as you might think. So it's kind of a balance between not pushing yourself too hard and giving it
Yeah,
your
I can
best go.
get it.
I think that's kind of
Going
worked the best for
with the
me.
flow, I guess, right? Not trying
Yeah,
to. Yeah, and can I can relate to that as well. Again, more in my early recovery. I remember I used to compare it to, the sticking a round peg in a square peg, the round hole, and the old you fit into it and fit into what you were wanted to accomplish. And instead of continuing to try to do that, just kind of take a step back and go with the flow and live life still to the best of your ability. If that,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, and it's very. I've heard a lot of people say they just want to get back to their old life, but
Yeah.
having a traumatic brain injury or a stroke, you probably won't ever get back to your old life exactly.
Right.
So
I think
just learning.
it gives us a great opportunity to redefine ourselves. It's an opportunity to live a whole new life. I know for sure I would not be living the dream that I am in Bangkok, Thailand, being out internet abroad for 7 years. Had I not suffered my injury, had I not developed strategies to adapt and to overcome and to become a better person, I would be stuck living in the US, still potentially a good life, but not as exciting, as fulfilling as life has
Yeah,
been the past bunch of years, which I have to thank, as strange as that is, I have to thank my injury and my early recovery for helping to mold me into what I am today.
yeah. I kind of feel very similar to what you just said as well. Like, I was loving life before my accident, but then it all changed. Like I technically would have my own carpentry business now,
Yeah.
and would be doing quite well, but who knows how fulfilling that would have been. And now I've met my beautiful fiance, and we've moved out down to the Southern Highlands in South Australia, and it's amazing down here. So
Yeah.
I think people's injuries are a blessing in disguise, and a lot of people don't ever manage to see that, but
Right.
to be able to help people see that and love their new life post
Yeah. Love
stroke
their
or
life,
post traumatic brain injury. Yeah.
continuing to fight, try and make the most of life altogether. Not everyone is given the same start in life, or has the same, call it fairness or call it whatever, just how the cookie crumbles. And what we do all have, chance, we can all work however a cookie crumbles to best possible crumble that be, I guess.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
This woman, Lieta 1009, has
Yeah. She
7 years had 4 strokes, barely surviving. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear.
fortunately, uh, you are surviving, which you're able to join us on this call and things like that. And we'll be able to both, I'm sure, talk to you more into to help you as you grow and make life the best that it can be.
Yeah, you're very lucky in this day and age. I remember when I was in hospital for a total of 7 months, there was no social media. There was like the MySpace was actually set up for me by a friend, and all of my friends commented on my profile, and then my parents printed the pages out and brought it to me so I could read their comments.
Sorry, when was your stroke? I know it's what it was, 2006.
2006, yeah.
All right, quick math there, but yeah. So yeah, and again, me right there at the beginning of no Instagram yet, and that beautiful thing. I got into Instagram 2019 2020 when I was stuck back in the U.S. during COVID time. Got Instagram really up and moving, and having this supportive group for both stroke victims and injury survivors to share how we're doing, to talk to each other. It's an incredible tool. Because me, the same way in 2008, when I had my brain injury, when I was laying in the hospital bed, I had no one to talk to relate to, you know. I didn't have my phone at the time either. I wasn't using it because my brain I was suffering from disinhibition problems. It was better not to be talking to anyone at the time through social media. But I didn't have anyone to aspire to be. It wasn't like it today. I can see a bunch of other people work hard in their recovery, what are just beginning or whether they are walking 100. Either way, it motivates me to work on myself, and it's a good opportunity for any other stroke victim or brain injury for the same. That we're in this age where we connect so many people of anywhere in the world. You in Australia, you're in, correct?
Yeah.
You in Sydney, all my friends. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's true. I just want to interrupt you there. I don't want to miss this opportunity to make a joke.
Okay.
But you said since Instagram came out, you had no one, or before that, you didn't have anyone to kind of look up to, and now Instagram's out. You've been following my page, and since you've been following my page, your life has improved.
Sure, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah. Sure, you twist it however you want. Sure, yeah. I have indeed since following and Julian, my life has indeed re- improved dramatically. Take that to the bank, sure. Can't can't say it's all on Julian, but can't not say that either. So why? Yeah, that was the same
Awesome.
same way. When I was back in the United States in my acute recovery, my father would be doing research on any kind of help that anything that could help my brain. I did acupuncture, did different kinds of neurofeedback, biofeedback, everything, and different drugs, different nutraceuticals, vitamins, physical therapy, hypnosis, everything. And
Did you have
I,
acupuncture?
I did acupuncture for a number of years. Yeah, from the start, from inpatient therapy, there was an nurse that would come in once a week to our
Oh, wow. Okay.
to our hospital. Again, I can't credit one medication or any one therapy or one uh, process that helped me to improve. So it's a little bit of everything. So,
Yeah, it's definitely not one
so
person, and it's definitely not even just yourself. It's
right,
your whole medical team, and
yeah.
like
So,
everyone's
so
different. But yeah,
one more plug for you. So if I wasn't following at Stroke Recovery God Instagram, you never know how well before I would have been doing. So, thank you.
yeah. Thank you. Well, I've been following you as well, and I'm seeing how helpful your fitness is each day, and even that reminds me to keep up with my fitness. But I find maintaining a good level of fitness is so beneficial to a more stable mental health, to a more stable and happy mental health.
Certainly, yeah.
Because
Like, for me, it's doing it early in the morning so that I know that it's going to be a good day. Right? Because I can always, even if it's bad, I can always look down on my watch that count my exercise. I can say, hey, at least that was a good way. At least I started the day well.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, and I've actually written a book, and in my book, I write quite a few different tips and tricks that can help with stroke recovery, and I'm sure that help with traumatic brain injuries as well. And the book is titled "The Simplicity of Life: Stroke Recovery Guidelines." And you can purchase this on Amazon or Google, or you can even get it for free download when you sign up to my mailing list on my website, which is julianreddish.com.au, but the link's in this profile. And did you have anything else to say today,
no,
Chris?
but it's thank you for having me back on 1 year late. For anyone watching, uh, continue to work hard. You're not going to see an improvement every day potentially, but over the course of weeks, months and years, continue on the uh, same path. You're going to make your life better. And
Yeah,
yeah, hit up Julian or for recovery tips or myself for any tips or any just talk, because again, like we both mentioned, we're in the age we can all connect and instantly connect. It's time anyone needs anything here to help, and that's
yeah. Very well said. Thanks a lot, Chris. And it was a pleasure talking to you.
country today. So
And,
yeah,
and go Australia. Yeah, okay. Well, it was great chatting with you
yeah.
today, Chris.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate
Okay,
it.
all the best.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.